Hey guys, as you saw, today I'm going to be explaining Star Wars without ever having seen it. So this is basically going to be, I guess, the first Star Wars. So I looked up characters in the first Star Wars. So I know like specific ones that are just in the first one. So yeah. I have my presentation up and ready. Are you ready? Okay, so hello, welcome to my presentation. This is Star Wars by me. So the movie Star Wars, basically, the opening scene is a beautiful beach, okay? The waves are waving, the sand is... Chewbacca slowly comes out of the water because he just took a dip. And now he's just kind of relaxing, okay? He's taking it, he's got things. In his daily life, he is a plumber. He's a blue-collar worker. He's got to take some time off, right? So he's relaxing at the beach. He's drinking a mimosa, which he typically does. He has a little bit of an alcohol problem, okay? And then, oh my gosh, somebody help me. So Luke Skywalker comes in and he's like, oh my gosh, please help me. He's coming out to Chewbacca, okay? And Chewbacca's like, what the heck is going on? I'm just enjoying myself here. Who is this guy? And Luke Skywalker's basically like, oh my gosh, you have to help us because there are these alien guys that are trying to take over our planet. So basically Luke Skywalker is from Pluto, right? And Chewbacca's on Earth. And Luke Skywalker's like, oh my gosh, they're trying to take over Pluto. They're trying to take over the whole universe, basically. And they're coming for Earth next. Okay, so he's like, you guys gotta help us fight the aliens because like they're trying to take over your planet as well. And Chewbacca's basically like, what do we do? And anyway, to give a little bit more context, the people that are on planet Earth are basically like these random kind of looking dudes, characters, they're just like a bunch of different guys. This guy's name is Mr. Squiggles, okay? And this is Martin. And he's clearly Martin because he kind of looks like a nerd and he looks like he would know a lot of information. So yeah, Luke is basically like, oh my gosh, we need help, blah, blah, blah. And he explains that the people that are coming to take over the universe, or like to take over Pluto as well and Earth, are these like robot kind of alien guys, okay? So we have it's basically an army of gold Tin Mans and robot Cyclops, okay? So Luke Skywalker is basically like, so like, are you gonna help us? Because like, we really need your help. And Chewbacca's like, yeah, we're gonna help you. Oh my gosh, like, this is bad. Duh. Like, I'll come to space with you guys. I'll help fight in the space in the Star Wars. And so Chewbacca basically goes and tells everyone else, like, what just happened. He's like, I was just chilling on the beach, drinking my mimosa. And this guy came up to me who looks like young Justin Bieber, and he's basically telling us that these robot aliens are trying to take over Earth, they're trying to take over Pluto, they're trying to take over the whole universe. And the people from Earth, they're like, yeah, that checks out. Yeah, we'll go to space and help fight the robot aliens. Okay, so they get on Luke Skywalker's spaceship, and these guys are the guys that drive the spaceships. They're in charge of Pluto's spaceships, okay? They don't get paid. They are forced to do unpaid labor, and they don't want to drive these spaceships. Like, that's not their passion. Like, they all have different passions and things like that, but they're basically forced to drive these spaceships. Now, this comes into play later, so it's important to remember these guys. They don't have a name, I don't know. Now you might be thinking, well, why would they have American dollars? Why would they be like using America's currency on Pluto? And they don't. They use Starbucks. I came up with that last night. I'm so proud of myself. Get it? Because like Starbucks, like Star Wars, bucks like money. Okay. So they go to Pluto, and the first person that's there to greet them is Baby Yoda. Okay, he's like, hello, welcome to Pluto. And be thinking, why would Baby Yoda be the one to greet them? Basically, Baby Yoda is the president of Pluto, and Yoda just wanted to be a good host. Is like, let me show you guys around. Let me show you around Pluto. He's like, we've never had people from Earth here before. We didn't even know you guys existed. Even though they're like in the same solar system, they didn't know that. Earth was like, you guys didn't like know we existed. Like we knew you guys existed. But yeah, he's like, let me show you around. And the people from Earth, they're basically like, well, okay, but I mean, like, shouldn't we probably be making a game plan right now to kind of defeat the robot aliens? And Yoda's like, yeah, we'll get to that. Let me just, come on, guys. Like, you've never been here before. Let me show you around. So basically, first they go to the Cheesecake Factory. And the people from Earth are like, oh my gosh, like we have one of those too. And Baby Yoda's like, no way, that is crazy. So they have some cheesecake, and then after that they go golfing. And people from Earth are basically like, wow, this has been great. Like, you've been a splendid host. Thank you so much. And everything. Like, this has been a wonderful day. But like, we've spent the whole day doing these things, and it's nighttime now. Like, shouldn't we come up with a plan to defeat the robot aliens? And Yoda basically just kind of gets a flat tone, and he's basically like, no, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. And everyone from Earth is like, what do you mean we can't do that's why we're here, to defeat the aliens. And Yoda says, well, that might be why you're here, but that's not why we brought you here. You see, while we've been spending the whole day eating cheesecake and playing golf, that was a distraction. And we have actually taken over planet Earth while you were all here on Pluto. And the people from Earth are like, oh my god, no. And then Yoda says, arrest them. So Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han Solo come out with guns and handcuffs, okay? And they're starting to walk towards the people from Earth, okay? But the people from Earth are like, oh my gosh, no. They start fighting, okay? They're like trying to, rebel against the, So they're like fighting them, and basically, remember these guys, okay? These guys are the guys that drove the spaceship. They're unpaid. Right. And they get wind of this because they're like nearby. Okay, Pluto's not very big. And they're like, oh my gosh, like we have to join the resistance. And so that's what they do. But, not that many get off into the sky. They're basically like, well, let's go back to Earth so we can fight there. And so they took some of the people from Earth with them in the spaceships. Unfortunately, all of them were shot down and everyone else went to jail. So it's kind of a closing scene. It's a very dramatic scene. Baby Yoda goes to the jail, okay? And he's getting closer very slowly to the jail cells where the main kind of people from Earth are. And the people from Earth are like, why did you do this? Like, how could you do this? And you took over our planet and everything. Why? And then Baby Yoda grows a very sinister tone and says, August 24th, 2006. Do you remember that day? And the people from Earth are like, no, that's a very specific day. Why would I remember that? And Yoda says, well, you may not remember it, but I do. That's the day you all on Earth declared Pluto no longer a planet. And the people from Earth are like, oh. And Yoda says, do you know how that made us feel? Do you know how that made us Plutonians feel? No, I don't think you do, because we've never declared Earth not a planet, but now we've considered it one of our own. So, long live Pluto, and long live Pluto number 2. And that's basically the end of the movie. So, some people are like, wow, I don't know if the good guy really won, but, sometimes that doesn't happen. There was some kind of talk around this movie in that people were like, well, that's unrealistic because the people from Earth should have kind of caught on a little bit, because when they went there, Baby Yoda was standing in front of an exact replica of the White House. And he also had a black, ominous looking flag with his face on it. But they said that they didn't even know about Earth. Like, they didn't know about it. But how would they have an exact replica of the Cheesecake Factory as well? And golf? Like, what are the odds that they would, both planets would happen to have the same sport and all these similarities? You think that they would have caught on to that a little bit. But, it's a movie. It's a movie, okay. So we have to remember that. And yeah, let me know if you guys liked the movie when you first saw it, because my thoughts were, I really didn't see it coming. Because when we were looking at Baby Yoda, I'm like, this guy, I'm sure he's a wonderful lad, And then in the end, I'm like, whoa, did not see that coming. Anyway, bye.